Hello, Slaters! Hope you're all quite eager to know what happened further. So, why delay? Let's get started. With such thoughts in my mind, I resumed my seat in the chair in front of the table. There were no more sounds from above. Suddenly, there came a dull thud as if a rubber tube had fallen to the ground. Surely nothing to worry about. Even so, I thought I would turn around and take a look. No sooner had I turned than a fat snake wriggled over the back of the chair and landed on my shoulder. The snake's landing on me and my turning were simultaneous. Dear children, we have already seen in the previous paragraph the earth-shaking decisions taken by the doctor with regard to his looks and marriage. With such thoughts lingering in his mind, the doctor occupied the chair opposite to the mirror. There were no more sounds. When everything was quiet, he suddenly heard a dull thud as if a rubber tube had fallen to the ground. He initially felt there was nothing to worry about, but ultimately decided to take a look. Can you imagine what happened next? As soon as he turned, a fat snake wriggled over the back of the chair and landed on his shoulder. Now, Slaters, tell me, what would you do if you were in the place of the doctor? Do you know that the snake landing on his shoulder and his turning to look at happened at the same time? He didn't even have time to judge what actually happened. Here in this paragraph, we came across a new word, resume. Means begin again or continue after a pause or interruption. The synonym for this is restart. Antonyms are pause, leave. Let me frame two sentences for you. She resumed her dance practice after 10 minutes break. They resumed the match as soon as the rain stopped. Another new word is wriggled, means moved by twisting and turning. Synonym for this is squirm or wiggle. Opposite is unwind or still. Here are the sentences. She wriggled back into her room, mind working quickly. Flames wriggled up the side of the garage. Now, it's your turn to frame the sentences on your own using these two words. Now follow me when I read the next paragraph. I didn't jump. I didn't tremble. I didn't cry out. There was no time to do any such thing. The snake slithered along my shoulder and coiled around my left arm above the elbow. The hood was spread out and its head was hardly 3 or 4 inches from my face. Slaters, I asked you in the previous paragraph that how would you react if you were in the place of the doctor? Can anybody tell me? Actually, you wouldn't react at all. The same was the reaction of the doctor. He neither jumped nor did he tremble or cry out for help because there was no time to do such thing. Everything happened in a fraction of seconds. The snake glided along his shoulder and wound himself around his left arm above the elbow and had spread its hood, which was hardly 3 to 4 inches away from his face. Now, in this paragraph, what do you mean by the word tremble? It is shaking or quivering. It happens because of a great anxiety. Let me frame the sentences for you. She was trembling with fear. The shaking of the earth grew worse until the walls began to tremble. Another word is slithered, means crawled or crept. The streamer slipped from his fingers and slithered over the side. It was a perfect evening until something slithered across her feet. You can notice one thing. Here there is a phrasal verb, that is cry out. So what is the meaning of cry out? It is to shout or howl because of fear or surprise. So let's move on to the next paragraph. It wouldn't be correct to say merely that I sat there holding my breath. I was turned to stone. But my mind was very active. The door opened into darkness. The room was surrounded by darkness. In the light of the lamp, I sat there like a stone image in the flesh. As discussed earlier, you wouldn't react to this situation. The same thing happened with the doctor. He became lifeless, but his mind was very active. He couldn't expect any help as it was dark. He sat like a lifeless object on the chair without any movement to save his life. Here, what do you mean by turned to stone? It means he became completely still. Dear children, I am very sure that you all will be eagerly waiting to know what happened next. So let's continue with our story. I felt then the great presence of the creator of this world and this universe. God was there. Suppose I said something and he did not like it. I tried in my imagination to write in bright letters outside my heart the words, "Oh God." Slaters, will any one of you tell me, whom do we remember when we are in difficulties? Yes, we usually remember God first and also our parents because they are the one who always help us out of our problems. So, the doctor too felt that it was God, the creator of this universe, who could help him to save his life from this full-blooded cobra. In his imagination, he wrote, "Oh God," in bright letters outside his little heart and pleaded him to rescue his life. I know, Slaters, that you are all quite anxious whether God really listened to his prayers and helped him or not. So let's move to the next paragraph to find out what actually happened. Are you all ready? There was some pain in my left arm. It was as if a thick leaden rod, no, a rod made of molten fire, was slowly but powerfully crushing my arm. The arm was beginning to be drained of all strength. What could I do? Will any one of you tell me what happens if you hold a heavy object in your hand for a long time? You're all right, children. For some time, you feel comfortable. But later on, you start feeling some pain in your arm. The same thing happened with the homeopath. There was a severe pain in his left arm as if a thick leaden rod was crushing his arm down. He couldn't understand how to hold up. Now, here we came across a word, drained, means deprived of strength or vitality. Let me frame sentences for you. The long journey completely drained me. The blood drained from his face when he heard the news. Now you start framing the sentences using the word. Children, are you enjoying the story? Let's move on to the next paragraph to find out what happened. At my slightest movement, the snake would strike me. Death lurked 4 inches away. Suppose it struck, what was the medicine I had to take? There were no medicines in the room. I was but a poor, foolish and stupid doctor. I forgot my danger and smiled feebly at myself. Children, as I already told you that the snake's hood was hardly 3 to 4 inches away from the doctor's face. He turned into a stone. He was aware that the snake would bite him at the slightest movement. He felt that his death lay in wait for him. The thoughts which were running into his mind were, if the snake bit him, what was the medicine he had to take? He also recalled that medicines were not available in his room. The doctor, who was boasting about his handsomeness, now felt that he was stupid and foolish. At that moment, he forgot the dangerous situation which he was undergoing and smiled feebly at himself, hoping everything would be fine. Here, the word lurked means loiter. Soldiers lurk in the darkness, waiting for any sign of movement from enemy forces. His brows shot up and a smile lurked in his eyes and on his lips. Now the next word is feeble, means in a way that lacks strength or force. Synonyms are lame, weak. Antonym is strong. Here come the sentences. He walked feebly after his surgery. The student answered the question feebly as he was not sure. Now you start framing the sentences on your own using these 2 words. As we all know, God helps to those who help others. Let's see how this proverb suits to this situation. It seemed as if God appreciated that. The snake turned its head. It looked into the mirror and saw its reflection. I do not claim that it was the first snake that had ever looked into a mirror, but it was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror. Was it admiring his own beauty? Was it trying to make an important decision about growing a mustache or using eyeshadow and mascara or wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead? So, dear Slaters, as if God appreciated his smile, a miracle took place. The snake turned its head and happened to see its reflection into the mirror. The doctor doesn't claim that it was a first snake looking into the mirror, but he was certain about it. He felt whether the snake was also admiring itself into the mirror as he did. So here, the meaning of the word vermilion is bright red in color. She was wearing a jacket which was bright vermilion. I always think that vermilion and black are classic colors. And what about you? You start framing the sentences on your own. I did not know anything for certain. What sex was the snake? Was it male or female? I will never know. For the snake unwound itself from my arm and slowly slithered into my lap. From there, it crept onto the table and moved towards the mirror. Perhaps it wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. Slaters, as I have already told you that a person feels tempted when he looks himself in the mirror at closer quarters. The same thing happened with the snake. The snake, which was wounded around the doctor's arm, unwound itself and slowly glided onto his lap, and from there it crept onto the table and moved towards the mirror to enjoy its reflection. What do you mean by crept here? Means it is crawled. The traffic crept along at a very slow pace. She turned off the light and crept through the door. Now you start framing the sentences using the word crept. I was no mere image cut in granite. I was suddenly a man of flesh and blood. Still holding my breath, I got up from the chair. I quietly went out through the door into the veranda. From there, I leapt into the yard and ran for all I was worth. Now, Slaters, tell me, what would you do at this point if you were in the place of the doctor? Yes, your guess is right. You would escape from the place without wasting any time to save your life. Same was the reaction of the doctor. Gathering up all his courage, he got up from his chair and quickly rushed into the veranda and jumped through the yard to save his life. Here we came across two phrases. I was no image cut in granite. What do you mean by this? The doctor no longer stood there like a statue. And the another one is a man of flesh and blood. Means a normal person. Here is the list of questions for your oral assessment. Question 1. Give the synonym of the word resumed. Question 2. What is the meaning of the word slithered? Question 3. What is the comparative degree for the word slightest? Question 4. What is the meaning of the phrase turned to stone? Question 5. Frame a sentence using the phrase a man of flesh and blood. Question 6. Why did the doctor decide to turn around and take a look? Question 7. Why didn't the doctor react when the snake landed on his arm? Question 8. Whom did he remember in this situation? Question 9. What happened when the snake looked its reflection into the mirror? Question 10. What did the doctor do as soon as the snake unwound itself from his arm and crept onto the table? Here is a list of questions for your written assessment. Question 1. Why did the doctor sit like a stone? Question 2. How would you react if you were in the place of the doctor? Question 3. Did you come across any such adventure? If yes, justify. Finally, put yourself in the boots of the doctor and share your experience related to the encounter with the snake and share your feelings in the form of a diary entry. So children, let's wind up our class today. I hope you all enjoyed. The remaining part will be continued in the next video.